Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're interested in traveling and going to soccer matches, going to stadiums, that sort of thing, you're in the right place. If you're interested in falling asleep as I talk about my passions, traveling and football, well, you're in the right place too. You're probably already falling asleep. Where am I? El Chaco, Paraguay. It's the least populated region of Paraguay. It's to the west of the Paraguay River. And this tree, this amazing tree here, is called a bottle tree, I believe anyway. But here in El Chaco, they're pretty common and they look awesome, right? Anyway, let's talk about Argentina and Paraguay and my experiences and what you need to know when you're gonna go to games, and valuable information that can probably apply to any countries in Latin America. First of all, let's talk about Paraguay. Paraguay is easy for the most part. It's pretty straightforward. The main clubs, you use a site called Tutti. I have another video and I may have mentioned it was called Red UTS. Well, now that company is called Tutti, Tuti. And there, once you have an account, you can get pretty much any ticket you want. You're gonna stay busy in Asuncion especially. So super easy. Just make an account on Tutti and go to the matches. One bit of advice, make sure that the ID number that you use for your Tutti account, that you can bring it to the stadium, because actually the security is pretty heavy in Paraguay. Very safe, but it can be heavy. Also keep in mind that I usually just buy the cheapest ticket and I'm behind the goal with the band and the crazy fans and everything. So also that might be a reason why I think that the security is pretty stringent at times. Also, if you're in Asuncion, sometimes you can go to Villa Mora shopping, but that's just for Club Libertad. And the Tutti people there can tell you if you have any issues like I did. They can kind of help you buy tickets or anything you aren't finding online. If you're having any issues, you can ask them and they'll help you out. What else? Probably the biggest bit of advice I can tell you is follow the Instagrams. As far as the bigger teams in Asuncion and in Paraguay, you're gonna find that the information about the tickets is on their Instagram. If it's not on their Instagram, check their website. If it's not on their website, you could even check their Facebook. These pointers, I'll run through them again, but really, I figured these out the hard way by spending so much time in Argentina. So I was in Argentina for pretty much the first 2 months of the season this year in 2025. And man, it's tough. Not only is it a lot more expensive, it's, prices that you would find in Europe or United States, $30, $40, $50 for pretty normal seats, that sort of thing. But as you would have seen if you saw my video comparing Uruguay and Argentina, Argentina is complicated. Every club seems to be different. Sometimes you'll use a website called Access Fan. Sometimes Boleteria VIP is another website. My main bit of advice is follow their Instagram, follow their social medias, and hope that there's information on there. This is Argentina. Argentina actually tends to have less information, so go on their website, really dig deep, see if there's any certain dates where non-socios have a time to get tickets. See if there's anything about about buying the tickets before the matches at the stadium. But keep in mind that I've been to a stadium where it actually closes an hour before the start of the game. Whereas the same thing in Paraguay the other day, the boleteria closes when the game starts. So you really just have to work harder in Argentina. Go to their Facebook if you aren't getting information. Sometimes there'll be designated times and designated places where you have to buy the physical tickets. Be prepared to enter the stadium with an ID. So what I do is I enter with my driver's license because I don't want to enter with my passport. So that's what I do, or at least a copy of an ID or something, and make sure that it matches. If the ticket has an ID number or a name or something, just make sure it matches, because sometimes Argentina is really chill, and then other times there's more security. So that's my advice on Argentina. Unfortunately, there isn't one site that you can go to or one method. You really have to do your research. At the end of the day, if you can't find any information online, go to the stadium a couple hours in advance, ask around, see what you can do. I met a German guy that's been to a lot of games, and he insists that sometimes these clubs that only have online tickets where you have to go through the portal for the socios and everything. It was one of those situations where everything was online, and he just begged and begged and begged, and he said he came all that way just to watch the club, and they let him in. So you can always go that route, but of course, what I'm trying to do when I travel is I'm trying to do it in a way that other people could repeat easily. And so that's why I'm providing this information, practical ways where you can, what you need to do to follow the teams, access the information, and possibly, what can happen. You can go to a location at a certain time to buy physical tickets. Sometimes you are going to a website to buy a ticket online. There's different methods of entering the stadium. Sometimes it's with an ID number. That's why you need to bring the ID with you to the stadium. Sometimes there is a ticket on your phone. So it really just depends. So do your homework. And yeah, I had a great time in both countries. I'm working on like 2 months now in Paraguay. Went to a bunch of games. On my other video, I went crazy about how easy it is, how awesome it is, and it's true. It's just super safe. The stadiums usually aren't full, so you can just take your pick. You don't have this culture like it is in Argentina where they're hogging all the tickets. The socios, are hogging all the tickets, and you have to kind of know a socio or something to get the ticket. It's not like that at all. So as far as going to matches, it's totally different worlds. Obviously, more tourists are going to be in Argentina, and the league overall is better and stronger. But it's just harder. It's just harder. So anyway, you've fallen asleep. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, that sort of thing. My Instagram is on my YouTube page, so feel free to send me a message, and I'll help you in any way I can. As far as my future self, I just want to say, Lewis, you did awesome. You went to a bunch of games. It wasn't always easy. Sometimes you had to wait at a bus stop after. Oh no, what happened? Well, my card didn't work online in Cordoba for Talleres. My card didn't work online, so I literally gave the cash to an Argentino. The Argentino bought the ticket online, email or sent it to me in a WhatsApp, and wow, how nice of that guy. But lucky, you gotta do your work. You gotta put yourself out there and go get those tickets, but it's totally possible. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've had a nice nap. Listen to me talk about my passions, but have a great trip, have a great time wherever you are, have a great day, and thanks for watching.